So yeah, this dude's on the little horn talking about what you won't do, another man will, so you better step up. What's good, y'all? LoneeAppleton. I'm a healthy family advocate. If that is your content of choice, please consider following, commenting, sharing, reposting with your community so that we can grow. Also, if you feel inclined, please consider donating to the tip jar, purchasing our merch, and shopping my book, What's the Best I Can Happen, both available at LoneeTaylorArt.com. Anyway, so this dude's like, yeah, what you ain't willing to do, the next man is. And I was like, damn, that just proves my point that these men are just doing stuff to satisfy other men. I'm not. Just pay attention. Just listen. Think. All the group sports used to be just men. And I'm sure you're going to come on there with your facts, but I don't care about your facts. I'm facting right now. You know, they had to form female leagues, but all the group sports, were men. Why? Boys. Because they gotta get them early. Because they want to encourage group think. Y'all in there slapping each other's asses and all kinds of stuff. Lord knows y'all hazing each other, and what kind of debauchery is happening while y'all hazing each other. But then got the nerve to look at another man because he likes another man. But that ain't my business. I'ma sip my motherfucking tea. So anyway, I'm listening to this dude talk about what you won't do for your girl, the next man will, and that's supposed to be the motivating factor to man up and do what you're supposed to do. You couldn't man up and do what you're supposed to do because your girl has been nagging you for blah, blah, blah. No, you couldn't man up and do what you needed to do then. But you gonna watch this other man on the TikTok or whatever platform this is on. You gonna watch him and talk about what you ain't willing to do, the next man will. I guess whatever motivates you, whatever sparks that fire. But I'm not damning you for whatever sparks your fire. Do you? God knows exactly how to reach you. God knows that men move me. God knows so much that I was raised by a single father, and I married a single father. Every major move in my life was inspired by a male. So God knows how to reach you, just how you need to be reached. So stop being ashamed if the way that you need to be reached is through a superstar, is through a video game, is through a man. The problem is when we turn that person into an idol and we start idolizing them and we say that they are the ones that changed our life, when the truth is, no. That man didn't change your life. No need to fixate, my friend. He is not the source. The source is God, and that's who you need to give the glory. It always just feels so weird when I go there, but it just ties so together. I've been anti-religion for so long, but how I made it synonymous, that meant anti-God. Alright, so we talking about male group think. What's good, y'all? LoneeAppleton. I am a healthy family advocate. If that is your content of choice, please consider following, commenting, sharing, posting videos with your community so that we can grow. As well, if you feel so inclined, please consider donating to the tip jar, purchasing my merch, shopping my book, What's the Best I Can Happen, available at LoneeTaylorArt.com. So yeah, this dude is riling the men up. What you won't do, another man will. And I was like, well, damn, that's some groupthink stuff. Which is fine if that's what motivates you and that's what makes you move. If that's what makes you finally man up and treat your woman the way that she deserves. And it's not her actions that warrant her deserve. It does, but let's dig a little deeper. If she don't know how to act right, she don't deserve to be treated right. Let's keep it G. But let's dig a little deeper. Because if you chose her, something about her actions intrigued you. Now, you may just been intrigued enough by her actions that once she lured you in, you were like, oh, this is a bit much. Yeah. Or you feel that you've already made this commitment, so now you got to stay in. Or you done made a baby, so now you got to stay in. Some of y'all are married just because you're connected to your seed, but you're not connected to her. But can you really ever tell her that? Boom, play her this video. Tell her all the way up to Mark 120. Go and watch up to Mark 20. But a lot of you men are finding yourselves in these situations because you're intrigued by some aspect of a woman. But that's why we wait on sex, right? That's why we don't make any connections and negative bonds. We only make positive bonds. We make positive bonds by doing the things that we enjoy. That's why you take a girl. I don't care if you go Dutch. I used to be anti-Dutch. Oh my God, it was some herb ass shit. But I have sons. And I'm like, you can't be out here paying for everybody. Everybody ain't worth your coin, honey, especially the way we get down. No, everybody's not going to Steak 44 on you. We can go, but we can go. See, that's how I think that I'm going to speak to my sons, but I'm not sure. They're not old enough to take a girl out, and I think if my son came to me and he was like with his little girlfriend right now, was like, I want to take her out on a date, he would pay for everything because I'm programmed to think that. But just, well, because they make more money? I don't know. But just because he's male, why should he have to pay for everything? But then I understand the provider side. I understand both sides of the perspective because these dudes out here struggling too. But they deserve to meet a nice woman, treat her right, and bond with somebody and those types of things. And in order to fix these bonds, that's why these trying to bed y'all so quick, because they got to pay for everything. They can't afford to date y'all's asses. And so maybe if you stop saying you got to pay for everything and we can still go out and get to know each other and build positive bonds and find out what the hell we have in common besides the free stuff, because that's all he can afford. And let's not make it about money. You know, whatever economic status you like, you like. Y'all, the stuff I just said in the past video makes me want to wash my mouth out with soap. What's good, y'all? I'm LoneeAppleton. I'm a healthy family advocate. If that's your content of choice, please consider following, commenting, sharing, reposting videos with your community so that we can grow. And if you feel so inclined, please consider donating to the tip jar, shopping our merch, shopping my book, all available at LoneeTaylorArt.com. My goodness, I said it's okay for men to go Dutch. I know it hurt me to say it a second time too. But I'm thinking, as a mother of boys, I don't think my sons need to be out here paying for everybody's daughter. Why? Just because he wants to know if they have something in common? I want to hang out with you, but I may not necessarily have the money to pay for both of us. But I want to hang out with you. I want to get to know you, and I want to treat you right. And just because I'm not paying now, that doesn't mean that I won't pay later, because my parents raised me right. I know that once we are in a committed relationship, I got you. But when I'm getting to know you, do you want me to do the free stuff? Because the free stuff is cooked for you because I got to eat too, and then I'm going to try to fuck you. Is that what you want us to do? Well, then lighten on my pockets. And you pay one time, and I pay one time. That's the way me and Dre were friends. We didn't date first. We were friends, and that's what we did. Now, granted, I paid for McDonald's, and he paid for a sit-down restaurant. But we still took turns because he knew my budget and he respected it, and I knew his budget and I pushed it. I know I ain't. And so, you know, if you want a boy and a man, because look, when you first getting out here, you struggling. These little kids working at Fry's, and these little girls are like, you got to pay for everything, which is setting an unhealthy expectation. You know, everybody's social economical status is not to the space where they can pay for everything, but they could pay for some stuff, and you could pay for some stuff. And let me tell you, sis, I'm gonna tell you how to really play these motherfuckers. When you start paying, he starts paying attention, and that ain't got nothing to do with me sipping my tea and minding my business, sis. When you show up for him, he shows up for you. And if you show up for him and he doesn't show up for you, he's not yours. Move the fuck around. So yeah, I know I feel dirty for saying consider Dutch. I don't know if I would say this to Bailey, but it makes sense, right? It makes sense. And I'm not saying Dutch, he pays. You can even go Dutch if that's what you choose. He pays for himself because he wants to have the experience, and he wants to have the experience with you. We're overlooking the fact that he wants to have an experience with you, and we tainted. That's when the devil is busy. We the devil, motherfucker. Because I wasn't sure if I was supposed to say that, but when we say the devil is busy, our mind is busy.